All right, let me just drink some water. But this time, don't add it in the beginning. What's good, y'all? It's Live in Color. We're back at it again. Another story time with AD here today. And I have a good one for y'all today, for real. I think you're going to enjoy this one. If you watched the last one, the sleepover stories, I hope y'all enjoyed that one. We have the accidental AA meeting. We got Domino's orders, Papa John's, all those things. But before we get started, I just need y'all to follow us on Instagram, Live in Color Media. Follow us on Twitter. It's Live in Color. And make sure you drop a like, a comment on the video. Subscribe to us on YouTube. You're not real if you're not subscribed to us. So let me see that. Let me see that subscribe. I appreciate it. So yeah, let's get on with the story then. Most of you who go to school a little distances away, if your parents don't drive you there, there's only one place to go, and that's the Greyhound, or you know, any type of major busing company. So chilling on the Greyhound. Now normally the drive is about 4.5 hours if you're going no traffic whatsoever, or even with traffic sometimes you just do a little bit of stops here and there. 4.5, 5 hours max, right? Now on the Greyhound they have this as an 8-hour trip. Already you know that they're going to be making stops. It's a bus. It's going to be going a lot slower than a car, obviously. So it's going to add on some time there, right? No problems whatsoever. Now, the issue I have with this 8 hours right here is that it usually never is 8 hours. Every Greyhound I've been on has been at least 10 to 12 hours long. And on top of that, they always come late. So you get to the bus station. Bus is supposed to leave at noon, right? And turns out the 10 o'clock bus that was supposed to go to the same place that you are still there at noon, because they haven't caught their bus yet either. So now you know that they're about to catch their bus. You're gonna wait. Then another bus is gonna have to come take you and go. Already 4 hours late. Boom, right? I'm taking the bus back home. Pull up to the stop. As you know, it's already late. About 2 hours late. Finally, they say that they have a bus for us, but they have no driver. We're like, oh, come on, like, what? How does that even happen? Like, how do you guys not have drivers? They're like, no, like, we're working on it. 2 hours later. So now this is 4 hours from when we were supposed to leave. Starts. We get on the bus, start driving off. Now, I was just thinking I'm going to fall asleep right away. I'm just going to use this as a, time to catch up. And that's what I do. I just listen to my music. I just sit there and try and fall asleep for as long as I can. And then when I wake up, I get back on my phone. It is what it is. Stop at the rest stop, all that. So we get about 20 minutes out. And it smells crazy on this bus. It smells like burnt rubber everywhere. And at first I'm like, am I the only person that's smelling this? Because I don't hear anyone else talking about this. I don't hear anyone else saying anything about this. But I'm not going to be the one to say anything. I know y'all are like, oh, AD, you should be looking out for the safety of yourself and all these things. Burning rubber, it's not a good smell. You need to look out for that. But I was focused on getting home. So I overlooked the scenario. So, of course, other people, they start smelling it. They start saying, oh, no, it smells terrible. They're like, bus driver, pulls over. So we pull over on the side of the highway. Keep in mind, we've been only going for 30 minutes. Already departed 4 hours late than when we were supposed to leave. So now, pull over on the side. Guy checks everything. And he says, all right, it all looks okay. I don't know what that smell is. I don't know what it is. But it could be, it could be a whole bunch of things. So what we're going to do, we're going to get back on the road. We're going to test it out. We'll go a little bit. And if you guys smell anything, if it comes back, you just let me know. And then I'll pull over and we'll just have to get another bus to come get us on the way. So as soon as everyone hears that, we're like, oh my, it's done. If we have to wait for a new bus to come, which is most probably what's happening here, it's done, bro. We're going to have to wait another 3 hours for them to come. It's going to be 10 hours till we get home. Like, no, this is not something I wanted to do today. So we hop back on the bus and I'm just, yo, we're gonna get out and we're gonna make this bus ride. It's all gonna be good. We're gonna be able to get home today. It's gonna work out. I just want to get home. That's all. See my dogs, and it's gonna work out. So I hop back on the bus. We start driving away. Now 5 minutes in, and guess what I smell, man? A bunch of burning rubber. And it smells even crazier than the first time this time. Now I start looking around immediately. I'm like, oh my, yo, if they say anything, it's done. We're going to get pulled over and then we're going to stop. and we're not getting home ever. Like, we're just gonna be stuck on the side of the highway for days. And this is not something I want to do on this Greyhound bus with all these random people. So I'm just started looking around. I'm like, who's gonna be the one to say anything? Because I'm sure not gonna be the one to say anything. I'm trying to get as far as possible before we have to break down, you know? So I keep looking around, and eventually, you know, the people in the back start wilding. And I'm like, they all start lighting up, all their faces light up. They're like, no, I smell the burning rubber. I smell the burning rubber. And as soon as one person says it, you know, 15 other people are like, yep, I smelled it already. Yep, I knew about it. So, then everyone tells the bus driver, and he's like, yeah, I smell it too. I smell it too. So we pull over on the side of the highway. Now, we're only 45 minutes out of town from the bus stop, and we're stuck. Keep in mind, we're 4 hours late. We're 45 minutes out, and now we're stuck on the side of the highway waiting for a new bus to come. And we were waiting for the first bus to come. Then we waited for a driver to come. That was back at the station and all that. So we already knew how much of a process this was going to be in getting a new bus to us with a new driver and all that, just to bring it out to where we were. So we're all stressing on the side of the highway. I have my duffel bag. I'm sitting there, you know, just listening to music, and everyone around me is just lost in a daze. And people start calling Ubers. And really, in my heart, I'm just like, man, can we just turn around, drive back to the station, drop me back off where I was, and I'll try again tomorrow. I'll come back, you know, we'll catch a bus tomorrow. It'll be a better day. Today just clearly wasn't the day for this. It wasn't meant to be, so we can just turn around and go home. But nah, y'all just got us sitting on the side of the highway waiting for a new bus to come with no other option. So now multiple people start pooling together, and they're like, oh, do you want to call Uber back home? Do you want to call Uber back home? Now keep in mind, I have no issues calling Ubers or anything like that. But this Uber was 45 minutes out of town. So that's a good amount of money. That's about $60 you're looking for on Uber. It's the highway, everything like that. And Ubers on the highway just always cost more. So it was an issue. I was not calling Uber that day. I was kind of stranded. So I'm sitting on the side of the highway. Luckily, it was a nice day. Pretty pleasant to be outside. I was just laughing at myself, actually, for getting in this scenario, because I knew Greyhound was never the move. But finally, 2 hours later, so now we're 6 hours behind schedule. Another bus comes up, and we're about 7 hours in the trip total, because we're 45 minutes out, you know. So I'm just keeping you all. And realistically, we're only 1 hour out of where I need to be, out of an 8-hour bus ride home. Haven't even got to the rest stop yet. None of that. So finally, new bus comes up, gets us, and we all hop on. We're like, fantastic. This bus smells not like burning rubber. It smells like a normal bus. AC is going nice. Let's turn off these lights. Let's get going. I'm gonna fall asleep. It's gonna be fantastic. So we get to the rest stop, go get some food real quick, hop back on the bus. Everything's going nice and smoothly now. Now at this point, I'm like, already enough has gone wrong. Like, already 7 hours out on the trip. That's the average Greyhound time. So we're running on schedule. Like, we're good right now. Nothing else is planned to go wrong. This is where I was mistaken. So we get to the rest stop. We're chilling, and we all hop back on the bus. Now we have like 2 more stops, and then we get to the stop where I need to be at. But that was the only rest stop. So then I fall asleep. It's a nice time, chilling, listening to my music, and I don't know exactly what woke me up, but I just... and then my eyes like shot open. I was like, whoa, it smells like straight cigarettes everywhere in the bus. I'm like, what? This doesn't make sense. Like, I started smelling myself, and like, I don't even smoke cigarettes, so obviously it's not me. But I'm just like, all right, you know what? This really does smell like it's coming right here, like right next to me. So like, let me just check. Bugging, of course, obviously not me. But I started looking around, and I was like, really, the whole bus smells like cigarettes. Like, and I look over at the bus driver, because I just woke up out of this deep sleep, and he just keeps looking up in the mirror, keeps looking back. So as he's doing that, I'm like, oh, like, clearly he's not looking at me, even though I knew I had nothing to do, you know. But he just keeps looking back in the aisle, and I'm like, who could he be looking for? Who is he looking at? Like, who is the person that's smoking cigarettes? In case you didn't know, smoking cigarettes on a bus is a federal offense. You can go to jail for that. There's real consequences to that. It's not something that should be done. So for this lady to be doing that, wow. So then I just keep seeing the bus driver look up and down, keep looking up and down as he's driving the bus, right? Now about 10 minutes goes by, I've already been awake, and this is after the whole bus already smells like cigarettes everywhere. So I don't know how long before I woke up that it was already smelling. Finally, this lady walks out of the bathroom, Now, as soon as she walks out of the bathroom, I see her. Everyone sees her. Literally, everyone sees her. Like, walking. Because that's the only place where people could have been doing anything. You know, the bathroom, like, it's a secluded area without anyone noticing it. It's fine. But obviously, the smell and everything leaks out. The vents are all connected, so everything started smelling. So as soon as she walks out of the bathroom, everyone stares at her. Now, she's just trying to go about her business, get back to her seat, act like it's a completely normal day, like nothing happened at all. And as she's walking back, the bus driver stares her down in the mirror. And this is why I love, like, the forward mirrors, because you see angles from every different, like, no matter where you're sitting, you see a different angle of things. So, like, where the bus driver is sitting, he's just staring straight up. He's seeing only that girl. But where I was sitting, I saw both the bus driver and this girl out of the corner. So I'm seeing how stern his face is looking, how angry he is that he has to deal with this. And she's just like, oh, like, she's trying to act like nothing went wrong. So he's like, ma'am, are you stupid? And she's like, what are you talking about? What are you talking about? He's like, ma'am, either you're stupid or you think I'm stupid. But smoking is a federal offense on a bus. Now, immediately, she's like, no, I wasn't smoking that. You can check me. I don't have cigarettes. I don't have anything. Like, he's like, ma'am, you were in the bathroom for 15 minutes. You're the only person that's been in the bathroom. And it smells like cigarettes everywhere. Now, clearly, nobody sitting in these aisles has lit up a cigarette. So, who am I left to believe other than thinking it's you? And you know that's a federal offense. Like, pack your stuff. You're getting off at the next stop. So, she just sits down. She starts talking back. Now, at this point, everyone on the bus is dying. Like, this is hilarious. Like, look, this is some drama, you know? Like, we already waited 7 hours. We've been through it. Now, this is our payoff. You feel me? I'm getting to see this. I got front row seats. So she starts talking back and everything, and the bus driver was initially gonna drop her at the next bus stop and just let her get off. And she was like, nah, I don't have any money or anything. Like, I need this bus to get where I'm going. Like, this is how I need to go. And she came with a friend. Now, this friend is gonna be very crucial later, but she keeps talking back. So the guy is like, you know what? Pulls over the bus in the middle of the highway. It's pitch black at this time. It's about like 10 o'clock in the night, and it stops in the middle of the highway under some bridge or something like that. And he's like, ma'am, you need to get out right now, or I'll call the authorities and they'll have you removed for me. And she was like, no. She starts whining. She's like, no, don't kick me off. Like, this is the middle of nowhere. Like, I have nothing. I can't call any Ubers. Like, my phone is dead, everything. He's like, no, I don't care. You can get out right now, or you can wait, like, and make us all wait until I have to get the cops here and then get you off the bus. So then eventually, like, she's like, all right, you know what? I'll get my stuff and go. So then she looks at her friend, and she's just like, are you gonna come with me? And her friend was like, knew this lady was raising huge havoc everywhere throughout the whole time. Wasn't I don't know how much of a part the friend was to this, but this part had me dead. Where her friend looked at her and was like, are you coming with me? And she looked at her, looked back, stayed sitting right where she was, acted like she had no part, didn't even know the lady. So now the lady is all alone on the side of the highway with all her bags, doing nothing, like smoking cigarettes. So then she gets out of the bus. We start driving back. Now, that was the craziest part, that she just got kicked out in the middle of the road. Like, I've never seen that happen to anyone before. Like, you really have to piss off a Greyhound driver to an extent to have them do something like that to you. So then finally we get to the stop, and it's about 3 o'clock in the morning. It's very late. And I have to walk to where I go catch my ride home. So as I'm getting out of the stop, I see a couple other guys that were on the bus with me. They happen to be walking the same way. So we start talking about this, and we're like, man, that was crazy. Like, I've never seen anything like that before. Like, he's like, yeah, that girl was wild. And I was like, yo, why would she smoke a cigarette on the bus? Like, how stupid do you have to be? And he was like, bro, it wasn't even a cigarette. She was vaping menthol. And her vaping menthol, like, obviously, like, menthol is a cigarette smell, but the vape itself is very cloudy, and, like, it obviously, like, smoked up the bus. So he said he was sitting by her, and he told her ahead of time, like, don't do that. That's not allowed on the bus. Like, they're going to get mad. And she just looked at him, kept hitting it, and kept smiling. So he was like, all right, you know what? I'm happy that happened to her, because I told her to stop way before, and she didn't. So that's on her that she got kicked out on the side of the road in the middle of nowhere. So Greyhounds, not the greatest mode of transportation, but if you need it, you got it. And you can always not rely on it. I wouldn't even say rely, but you can use it as a mode of transportation to get from where you need to go. And if you want to pay that bus ticket, whatever. So I encourage you to try a Greyhound and see what experiences you have for yourself. And if you have a great experience, please let me know. I would be more than enthused to hear about that experience. But this was another story time with AD, Greyhound Adventures. And I hope y'all enjoyed that. We got some cooking with Chef Boy AD coming up. We got some more podcasts coming up, whole bunch of things. T-shirts as well, charity tees, $20. Hit my line if you want one. Live in Color for the kids. Follow us on Live in Color Media on Instagram. Follow us on Twitter. It's Live in Color. Like, comment, subscribe on YouTube, and find us on Facebook, fam. So have a great one. Hope y'all are enjoying the summer. And that's about it. Hydrate or dihydrate. Eat some watermelon. It's very hydrating. It's a good fruit to eat during the summer. The cooler months. The warmer months, actually. The cooler fruits. Yeah. That's it.